Chapter 3, Mishnah 6. The laws of Tehum apply on Yom Tov just as Shabbos. This Mishnah discusses how an Eruv Tehumin can be made for consecutive days of Shabbos and Yom Tov. Rabbi Eliezer says when Yom Tov falls next to Shabbat, whether before it on Friday or after it on Sunday, a person can make two Eruvin in different directions, such as east and west, and say, my Erev for the first day, i.e. the Erev I will use on the first day of the Shabbos Yom Tov combination, shall be the one to the east, and my Erev for the second day shall be the one to the west. Or he may say, my Erev for the first day shall be the one to the west, and my Erev for the second day shall be the one to the east. If he wants to travel outside his Tehum on only one of the 2 days, he can put out a single Erev and say, my Erev shall be only for the first day, and for the second day I shall be like the other people of my town, who did not make an Erev. Or he may say, my Erev shall be only for the second day, and for the first day I shall be like the other people of my town. Rabbi Eliezer holds that although the Shabbos and Yom Tov are consecutive, each is treated separately with regard to the loss of Tehum, and one can establish a different residence for each day. The sages disagree with Rabbi Eliezer. But the sages say, surely you agree that for a single day of Shabbos or Yom Tov, one could make an Erev to one direction for the entire day or not make an Erev at all. But one cannot make an Erev to one direction for half of the day and an Erev to a different direction for the other half of the day, because a person could have only one residence for a single day. Similarly, when Shabbos and Yom Tov are consecutive, since they form a single 48-hour period of holiness, one could either make the same Erev for both days or not make an Erev at all, but one could not make an Erev in a different direction for each day. The sages proceeded to suggest what a person should do when making a single Erev for both days. How should one make an Erev for both days? He should bring the food for the Erev before Bein Hashmashos on the first evening to the desired place and wait until dark, thereby establishing his residence for the first day. Then, after Bein Hashmashos, he should take it and go home, where he could keep it safe. On the second evening, he should bring the food back to the same place and wait until dark, thus reestablishing his residence for the second day. Then, after Bein Hashmashos, he may eat it. By taking the food home after the first Bein Hashmashos and then bringing it back before the second Bein Hashmashos, he prevents the food from being lost. As a result, he benefits with regards to his walking, because the food will still be available for him to make a new Erev on the second day, which will allow him to walk an additional 2,000 amos in that direction. And he benefits with regards to the food of his Erev, because it will be available for him to eat on the second day. If, however, it was eaten or lost on the first day, and therefore was not in place during Bein Hashmashos on the second evening, his Erev is valid for the first day, but it is not a valid Erev for the second day. Since it was in place only during the first Bein Hashmashos and not the second one, it is effective only for the first day and not the second. Rabbi Eliezer responds to the sages by pointing out a contradiction in their position. Rabbi Eliezer said to them, since you said that the Erev eaten on the first day is not valid for the second day, you clearly agree with me that Shabbos and Yom Tov are two separate periods of holiness. For if they were a single period of holiness, an Erev put out during the first Bein Hashmashos would be effective for both days, regardless of what happens to it on the first day. If so, you should agree that one can establish a separate residence for each day.